The creation of the world. Now these being mentioned so far were the primal beings of the universe, from whom all the other gods, giants and men would descend. All of them had been formed in the nothingness of Ginnungagap, between the realms of Muspelheim and Niflheim. Those which had been created within the pure ice and fire like Buri were good, but those whose creation had been tainted by the black corruption of Elivagar were evil. Such is the nature of good and evil. They cannot coexist peacefully. And sooner or later, the gods and giants would clash in the roaring madness of battle. The first conflict between the giants and the gods led to the death of Ymir and the creation of the world. The sons of Ymir, the ice giants, Thruthgelmir and Bergelmir, were huge, misshapen, violent beings with dark intentions and cold hearts. Their continual roaring and thundering angered Odin and his brothers Vili and Ve, and so they went to speak with the ice giants and counsel them to make less noise and be better neighbours. But the ice giants had strife in their blood, and responded to the gods' request for consideration with roaring violence, and a fight ensued which shook the heavens. In the course of the fight, the three brother gods killed the giant Ymir, chopping him apart. So much blood flowed from his wounds that all his family were drowned, with the exception of the youngest, Bergelmir, who managed to escape by swimming through the waves of blood, dragging his wife behind him by the hair, until he reached an enormous hilltop which even the oceans of Ymir's blood could not cover. There he and his wife collapsed, exhausted, panting like dogs, but safe from the wrath of the gods. The gods used Ymir's remains to create the world. Chopping and hammering at the body, they created the earth, forming sweeping plains where they bashed it flat, and rocky mountain ranges and the deep, dry seabeds. Then they squeezed the blood out of his flesh. His blood filled all the oceans, seas and rivers. Then they took his teeth and bones and smashed them up, making the individual rocks, lofty crags and sea cliffs, and by grinding the bone to powder, they formed the sandy beaches and deserts. They used his hair to make trees and bushes, and where the flesh, contaminated by Elivagar's corruption, fell, the races of dwarves and trolls were created, spontaneously appearing as maggots do in a dead and rotting fish. Having created the earth, the gods found it to be a dark and gloomy place that oppressed the spirits, and so, to make it more habitable, decided to create the sky, which they made from the skull of Ymir, lifting it up between the three of them. To hold the sky in place, Odin ordered 4 of the recently born dwarves to support its 4 corners. The dwarves he named North, South, East and West. Then Odin took one of the sons of Bergelmir, the giant, and turned him into an enormous eagle, and placed him where the seas ended, enchanting him, so that it would beat his wings endlessly and create the winds that blow across the earth and move the waves of the sea. Heaven and earth being created, the gods then took some of the blazing sparks that blew through the firmament above Muspelheim and scattered them in the heavens, creating the stars. Next, the gods split the world into 2 distinct realms. The first of these they named Jotunheim, the land of the giants, and they surrounded it with seas and oceans and great mountainous peaks, so that the surviving giants and their descendants would have somewhere to live, but were hemmed in, making it difficult for them to get out, and cause trouble. They took the eyebrows of Ymir and formed them into huge cliffs, unassailable palisades of ice and rock, creating a walled citadel in the centre of the earth which they named Midgard, or the Middle Fortress, which was to be the home of man.